back to your favorite YouTube channel, Beyond the Real. My name is Alex, this is Mark, and we're your two favorite YouTube hosts. And today we're going to be talking your favorite movie, Alien. So, today we'll be talking Alien. Shout out to Corey for recommending this movie. I finally watched it. I don't even know if you watch our YouTube channel, but you recommended this movie and I finally watched it. So,
I've always loved Alien. Alien, it's an original idea whenever it came out, and you know, Sigourney Weaver, she's awesome in this film. It's basically her film, and honestly, for all the characters, she's the main person, and it's fun. I really want to know what you think about it first.
So, I've never seen this movie, you know, as I just said, but also the extent to my knowledge of Alien and the Xenomorphs have been Alien vs. Predator, which aren't very good. And I watched Prometheus when it first came out, but I didn't really pay attention because I thought it was boring.
That movie's really good.
Okay, well, maybe if I watch it now, I'll appreciate it. But when it first came out, I was kind of like, I don't know. To me, I didn't even know that it was supposed to be a prequel to Alien. And then Alien Covenant, I also watched, kind of, but it was in that situation where like we're hanging out as a group of friends and like we kind of just had it on, but we weren't really paying attention to it. We're just talking. So my knowledge on Alien is very minimal, but as a first viewing, you know, I really did like it. But however, I enjoyed it more for the artistic side of it, not necessarily the movie side, because I didn't really care too much for the characters. But you know, I really enjoyed the set design, the design of the Xenomorphs, the way it was shot. I really enjoyed the fact that it was very dark in some instances, and I really liked that perfect blend of like sci-fi and horror and action. But like I said, like to me, the characters and all that, I didn't really care too much about them. The story to me also wasn't all that either, but I mean, I really enjoyed the artistic side of it.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like the story, the characters, well, Ripley in particular, she was more important than the rest. You know, the story goes, you know, basically, the crew, they hear a distress signal, they go to the planet, and then that's when you get all the action going. That's where the movie really does start. And you know, we learned about, you know, face huggers. That's the face huggers, they latch onto your face and then they put eggs inside your body, which that's when the alien comes. So they learn that I actually like the parts, you know, when they're just learning about everything. I do like all those parts, and whenever they're trying to take the face hugger off of one of the crew members' face, you know, they learn, you know, that the acid on it can, you know, burn through your skin, burn through the floors, anything really. It's just, you don't want to get that on your body at all. And after, you know, when everything with the alien happens, just seeing the alien, because it's, you know, the practical effects, and when there was no need for CGI, plus they didn't have the technology anyways. Yeah. But the practical side of it, just seeing the alien, someone in the suit of the alien, is awesome to see, because now we don't get that, and it's like, to me, the more practical it is, the more real it feels,
and it holds up more over time as well.
Yeah, and you can like right now, I can, like Alex, he can go back and watch it, and it looks good to me. Like, to me, it looks good when I'm watching the alien on screen. On the first Aliens with Sigourney Weaver. After that, I don't know what to tell you. That's when CGI started coming out too much. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, I enjoyed the artistic side of it more than the actual movie, the actual story and all that, because I mean, like Mark was saying, like most of it was practical. You know, you see, you know, the Xenomorph looks like it's more of a suit, more of a person in a suit than like an actual CGI monster. And you know, the set designs are really well done, and the way they shot the spaceship kind of makes me feel like it was more like miniature models. So, you know, I think that looks good, and the CGI is very minimal, I guess, for the most part, that I could tell at least. Yeah. Was like when they're in we're in Dallas, is like in the ship's hull, and like you see like the stars or the planet or whatever, like through the glass. I think that's really the only time I could notice it. But yeah, it's very minimal and it still holds up really well.
Yeah.
So for that, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then even the only one that bothered me was probably well, the movie's over 40 years old, so it doesn't really matter. But spoilers was when they find out that what's that guy's name? The android guy.
I can't. I know the second one is Bishop, but I can't remember.
When they find out the guy's an android.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only time that I was like, that looks so funny, because you know they bash him over the head, his head comes off, and then they beat him down, and then like it's shot from away from the bottom to where you can see his torso and you can see that as a person, but then like you can tell when they swap it out for like the little plastic body,
just a dummy.
because like for the dummy, like you can tell, and then you're just like, what the heck? And then they're just like talking, and then like they switch it around again because his head looks like a mask, like the mask from Mission Impossible. And then like, you know, they plug him back up, so you know he's gonna be talking. So then they switch it out to the real actor, like behind, like underneath the table. And I was like, okay. But then, you know, he talks, and then like they're like, okay. And then, you know, they're gonna destroy him now. So they switch it back to the rubber mask, and I'm like, that looks really weird. But other than that, like, yeah, the movie was really good. I really like that. You know, the xenomorph is very well there. Like, you know, you don't really see it, but you always have that sense of danger because you know that this thing is dangerous, and you know that it could easily just pop out of pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
And I also like that earlier what you said about the blood is that, you know, it makes it much more dangerous because like now you can't just shoot it everywhere because then it'll start bleeding and all that will get everywhere. You can't just stab it.
Yeah.
So like,
because either way with the alien, you can't really shoot it anyways because it's not going to affect it. But if you get a shot and you hit it somewhere where that doesn't have the armor, then yeah, you're going to get some of that acid to come off or the blood to come off. But mostly they use the flamethrower. Yeah. That's what they use, and even that, using the flamethrower, that's just to scare it off. That's not to, you know, get rid of it. It's just to scare it off. The only way you get rid of it is to get it off of the ship, and even that is difficult just by itself doing. But especially when Ripley was doing it by herself, it's and crazy.
Also, like, not to get off topic, but now that I've actually watched Alien, like, I feel like I appreciate it more now because, like I said, I've only seen like Alien vs Predator and all that. So like to see how they handled certain aspects like the blood, because I remember Alien vs Predator, like the predators are just mowing down the aliens and like they're slicing them up, and like the blood doesn't really have the same effect that it did in this movie. Because I remember specifically there's the scene where the human character in that movie like gets the blood on her jacket and she just takes it off and just runs away. But in this one, like, you know, when they first see the blood, like it goes through like 2 or 3 different floors. And like it goes really quickly, so I'm like, so now I just thought to myself like, how come we didn't do that in like the other movie? So, but yeah, it's just like stuff like that that I'm learning to appreciate, and like having a more better understanding of how, you know, of the rules that they have in their own films compared to the crossovers.
Yeah, because you know a lot of films they don't follow
yeah,
stuff like that.
Continuity isn't very much there in some movies.
And I wanted to bring up too, you know, with the android, you know, basically the people from Earth is what I take from it is they programmed these androids and the ship itself, honestly, to protect the species that they're bringing on the ship. Because basically, I feel like when they leave from Earth, they know where they're going. They know what distress signal they're going to. They're asleep the whole time, all the way there. So they really can't do anything. Only the android can really do more. But the android, he's in on it because he's protecting the species. He's keeping some of it for himself. You know, even the previous film, Prometheus, Covenant, you see all of that. And that's one of the things I love with Alien is that these androids, they don't look dangerous at the beginning, but they are. You know, when you see their true intentions, especially when you just learn from the, you know, like the mothership when they go and talk to the mother, that everybody on the ship is expendable. You're just on there to get the species on there, and you can die if the species. They just want that species on the ship so it can reroute back to Earth, so they can test it like idiots. Yeah. So that's basically what they want to do.
But yeah, that was one of the cool things. I know I say cool a lot, but that was one of the cool things because like they fight the android and then like they literally knock his head off his shoulders, but he's still coming and like he's still trying to choke people out. So I was like, holy crap! Like, how do you stop this thing? But yeah, right now you said the mother, the computer. Like, I really like that whole sense of mystery that it adds to it, because you know they don't know much about the xenomorphs, so like that's them trying to find out more about them through the computer, which is supposed to be this all-knowing thing. But like, you know, they ask the computer and the computer's like, oh, I don't know. So it's like, what do you mean? And then out of nowhere, it's just like, just get the sample back to the Earth or whatever, so they can study it. Crew is expendable, and I was like, oh, like this is gonna take a turn, and then sure enough, it took a turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really did enjoy. Actually, now that I think of it, I probably did enjoy the movie more than I'm giving it credit for. But yeah, you know, it was pretty cool, especially the ending where she kind of blows up the ship. Although that cat was really upsetting me. But yeah, so she blows up the ship and then like she's like, oh, home free. And then I remember watching it and I was like, there's still like 20 minutes of movie left, so I have a feeling something's gonna happen. And then sure enough, stuff happens. And then I actually read that apparently Harrison Ford was offered the role of Dallas. I don't know how true that is, but
that would have been cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But like now, seeing how it ended, I can't just in my head see Harrison Ford in Air Force One. Whenever he grabs the guy, he's like, "Get off my plane!" Like I can see Ripley doing that now with the xenomorph, because she like, you know, her way of defeating it is to hook up the seatbelt and then just open the airlock and blast that thing out of there. So now in my head, I'm gonna see that because of the connection to Harrison Ford.
But I mean for the MVP award, I would give to, you know, Sigourney Weaver. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, I really do feel like it's her film, so that's who I would give it to.
Easily.
Same thing.
Because I mean, other than other than Ripley, I think the only other character I personally cared about was Dallas. But I mean, those are the only two I cared about. So,
and I would say honestly, like I can't remember the actor's name who played the android, but it's like the androids. Like I keep saying, I really do feel like they play an important part in this series. So I mean, I feel like he would come a close second. I mean, the alien's awesome too. So. But yeah.
So, this has been your favorite YouTube channel, Beyond the Real. My name is Alex. This is Mark. Hope to see you again.